Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining this session on social presence and online engagement in learning. My focus today is on how we, as faculty at Bahida University, can design online and blended courses that feel human, interactive, and supportive for students. I will walk through key ideas about social presence, the realities our students face, and some practical strategies that you can take back to your own courses immediately after this session. Before we go further, I would like to get a quick sense of who is in the room. Please think about your experience with online or blended teaching. And if we were live, I would invite you to respond to a quick poll where you get to tell us, have you taught a zero online or, blended course? And if we're on Zoom, you can type, of course, your number in the chat or simply raise your hand. Now, in one word, how do you feel about social presence in your courses right now? For example, do you feel confident? Do you feel curious? Or maybe overwhelmed? This is a simple check in, an example of how you can quickly engage students at the start of an online session and surface their feelings and experiences. In this session, our purpose is to support online teaching at Bahida University, and we want to strengthen social presence and, of course, engagement in our digital learning process. By the end of the session, you'll be able to first define, of course, social presence in online learning and explain why it matters for our students. Second, you should be able to identify common learner challenges at Bahida University, including bandwidth, digital literacy, self-regulation, and all that. Third, of course, be able to apply strategies to build presence engagement and self-regulation in low bandwidth environments. Please keep your own courses in mind as we go and think about which one or two ideas that you'd like to try the most. So here is our roadmap for the session. We'll begin with a brief overview of social presence and online engagement. Next, we'll take a look at the institutional tools and technologies that support social presence, and of course, the learner characteristics that will be discussed at Bahra University, and the key online challenges that our students face. After that, we'll explore strategies for instructor presence and engagement. We'll also connect these ideas so that students can have motivation and self-regulation. And of course, at the end, we'll have one key takeaway and an invitation for you to choose a concrete strategy to implement. That said, social presence is the extent to which learners is the feeling that there are real accessible people behind the screen, both instructors and peers. In an online course with strong social presence, learners do not feel that they are learning alone. They can see they can see that the instructor is active, responsive, and of course interested in the progress. And they feel that their peers are companions in the learning course process rather than anonymous names. That said, online engagement builds on this presence, and it's not only about logging in or viewing content. Engagement involves meaningful interactions with this instructor, with the peers, and with learning activities themselves. In a traditional face-to-face classroom, some of these connections happen naturally, even through eye contact, informal conversations, and energy in the room. But in online environments, you have to create that connection intentionally through our design choices and, of course, the tools we use and how we communicate. At Barda University, many of us already combine, several platforms to support teaching, and our learning management system, which is famously HLMS, can host modules, readings, assignments, quizzes, and discussion forums. So this space can become a central home for the course where the students will always know where to find information and interact. And of course, synchronous tools like Zoom, which allows us to hold live sessions, breakout discussions, and even virtual office hours, including short live sessions, perhaps 30 minutes, which can actually help students feel like the instructor is fully present. Messaging tools like WhatsApp or Telegram, which popularly used by students and, of course, their instructors, can provide quick, low bandwidth communication through class groups and, of course, one on one conversation. Used thoughtfully, these tools can actually help students to stay informed and ask questions and feel connected through formal sessions. The key idea is to learn each tool with a purpose for social presence, to be visible, to communicate clearly, and to invite interaction. Okay, so let's consider our students at Bahida University. Many students actually access the internet primarily through mobile phones and mobile data, and bandwidth can be unstable, and power interruptions are so common. This means that large video files or long live sessions may be difficult for some students to join consistently. Digital literacy that it's uneven, and students may be active on social media, but they may not be familiar with advanced tools of the LMS. And of course, online research tools or formal online communication. They may need explicit guidance on where to click, how to submit assignments, and how to participate in online discussions. Self regulation is, of course, another important factor in online and blended learning courses. Students must plan their time and manage distractions, and, of course, seek to help proactively. Not all students arrive with these skills. On the chart, you can see that bandwidth and connectivity, digital literacy gaps, and self regulation and time management are portions of the challenges our students face, and we design this activity for social presence, so we must keep these realities in mind. Given these challenges, instructor presence and engagement becomes even more critical. Instructor presence is all about being visibly and consistently there for students. At Bahada University, this can include posting a brief welcome message at the start of each week, greeting students by names in forums, and, of course, summarizing the previous week's learning so that everybody feels oriented. And of course, when it comes to engagement, it's all about how we get to interact with students and how we invite them to interact with one another. And we can pose open minded questions during discussion forums, ask students to respond to at least two peers, and then weave their contributions together in a shared summary report. And, of course, timely and constructive feedback on assignments when we respond within a clear time frame and highlight both strategies and areas of improvement. It's more likely that students are going to stay motivated. And, of course, even in low bandwidth settings, you can record a short audio messages or even brief videos to clarify assignments or to encourage students. These small touches help students um, to feel human and, of course, to reduce the sense of distance. So, strong social presence has a direct impact on student motivation and self regulation. And when students feel that the instructor is attentive and their classmates are active, they're more willing to participate and even ask questions and to persist when the course is challenging. And, of course, our presence can also model self regulation. For example, when you only provide weekly overviews, set clear milestones, we show students how to plan their work when we remind them of upcoming deadlines, and, of course, encourage them to set, small goals when we're teaching time management as well as content. Over time, this combination of presence, structure, and encouragement can help students actually become autonomous learners, and those learners who can actually manage online and blended courses more confidently. As we close, social presence is not an extra feature that we add after we design our online course. It's actually at the heart of how students experience our teaching, even in low bandwidth contexts. Small intentional actions such as regular check ins, clear communication, and even thoughtful use of our tools can significantly improve students' sense of connection, motivation, and self regulation. I invite you to choose one specific strategy from today's session that you will try in your next online or blended course at Bahir University. It might be a weekly audio message, a more structured discussion forum, or a clearer feedback plan. Thank you very much for your attention and for your commitment to supporting our students' online learning. Thank you.